What makes the Sealant, Waterproofing, and Restoration Institute so great? Just listen to what some of our members have to say.
We can really learn a lot from the contractors. They all have really good experiences that I can learn from. Every one of their talks or presentations that I've attended, I've learned something new.
It allows you to shortcut the sales process, to demonstrate through your involvement and the sharing of your knowledge about your industry with the decision makers on making the choices for the materials that they...
I feel more comfortable knowing the leaders of the company, the manufacturing company, to get a direct eyeball-to-eyeball relationship with you gives me more confidence in your product.
I think it's so important for all of us to share together. These are people that you network with that have the same experiences. And now I think it's so important for all of us to share and to give back to the group. And then you come to a conference like this and you see other guys doing stuff that you go, wow.
It's a love fest.
Fantastic tool to meet people, to establish businesses, to establish relationships, to learn. I think that the biggest thing with SWRI that I've seen is definitely the technical information. Expertise it seems like the best of the best. I mean, especially being a woman in the industry, it's a bit intimidating, but they've been more than welcoming. My closest customers I met here that is in my town, and I didn't even know.
You didn't even know?
Right.
Awesome.
We had to completely transform our business in 2000 from a waterproofing subcontractor to a general restoration contractor because of the way the market turned, and the input I got from people that I met through this institute that helped me through that process was just phenomenal. As you know, the people in this institute become some of your best friends. I remember working and reworking my presentation. I was very nervous. I got up there and I thought to myself, just talk to these people because they're your peers, they're your friends.
Right.
And it completely changed my perspective on speaking in front of a group.
Wow.
You get to bounce a lot of different business ideas off of people. How do you handle hiring of new personnel? How do you handle your receivables? Do you outsource your payroll? All those kind of things that you're not going to find in your competitors aren't going to tell you that.
So in seriousness, my dad was an architect, and that's kind of how I got involved. And as a kid, I guess I was born into that business, into the construction business. And my dad had this old beat-up station wagon. And as like other architects, we had bricks, we had samples, we had all kinds of crap in the back of the station wagon that we hauled around all the time. And we'd go to these punch list things, and we'd have to meet the general contractor. And I always remember sitting there, and we waiting on the general contractor. Here he comes driving up, and he's driving the Lincoln Continental with the suicide doors, or he had the great Cadillac, and we're in this old beat-up station wagon. I said, you know what? I said, there's something wrong with this picture here. I said, well, this architecture stuff is not that good. I said, I got to be a contractor. And that's how I kind of got into the contracting business.
In 2001, we had a job site fatality. And it's about that time I started to assess what I had learned in the first 10 years, and I really wanted to validate what I was learning and figure out, is there a right and wrong way to do this? So motivated by the job site fatality, I joined the SWR Institute, and I've been to every meeting since because I get so much out of it.
The only thing relevant in the history of my company, my dad started it in 1946, and through involvement in SWR, we've gone through a lot of changes, and you wouldn't recognize the company from when I bought it to today, largely because of what we've learned here.
I arrived in San Francisco in 1973, and I was a long-haired, stoned-out hippie, and I didn't have my visa yet, and I got a job as a house painter for $2 an hour under the table. I was hopeless. I was the worst painter in the world. But I was smart enough to put a little shingle out there. And about 15 years later, I was doing the restoration of San Francisco City Hall. Everything I learned from being a painting contractor to what we do now, I learned in this room.
The organization has been very, very good to me. The support of the members, serving on the board, got more out of that on how to prepare for meetings within my own organization. Attending 3 strategic planning sessions has been invaluable. And if you don't think you can take something out of this organization, you should try to get deeply involved and go to a strategic planning session. You'll learn quickly what it takes to put together an organization.
Whether members are looking for a solution to a challenge or they simply want to expand their business offerings, they can always count on a fellow member to help them along the way. Not only do members come together to help each other out throughout the year, but they also come together through the Institute to develop a tremendous amount of educational and safety resources to benefit the entire industry. The best way for you to experience the association is to attend one of our 2 annual technical meetings. They're packed full of education and fun. Visit our website or give us a call, and we will be happy to help you with anything we can.